Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Alright, hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Eljay Johnsen Show. The show airs every single Saturday, every weekend at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, unless specified otherwise over on Twitter at the Eljay Johnsen, where you can find updates and guest announcements every single Tuesday. And if you have any questions over the week, head on over to my email, ljjohnson@gmail.com. Remember, that's JOHNSEN. Okay, so we're already having some fun technical difficulties today. As soon as the thing started, immediately got dropped. But that's good, because it gives us time for it to settle, do its thing, get it out of the way, and we'll resume as per usual. So, I'm quite excited for my next guest. He is a rising LEGO YouTuber doing reviews, a look through the LEGO house, and plenty of other fun videos. I'm, of course, talking about CutTheKragle. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm tired.
What is it? It's only 4 p.m. there.
Yeah, more or less. Well, so the way I do it, I have the stream everywhere I say that the stream airs. I say it's 4 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. I am in Mountain Daylight Time, so I'm 2 hours behind. So it's actually only 2 p.m. for me.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's 9 p.m. here in the UK, so...
Oh, goodness. Well, good thing it's a weekend.
yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, no, how have you been? How are you doing? And most importantly, how's the weather?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, I've been really good at the moment. I've had a bit of a busy week, so I haven't been as productive with the channel as I would have liked, but getting a few things ready, I think, for the coming weeks. But yeah, the weather here is absolutely gorgeous at the moment, and I live in a very damp country, so blessings right now.
Huh. Yeah, I have not heard many people say the weather is gorgeous when in reference to the UK. It's rare that I ever hear people say that.
I know, pictures though it didn't happen, right?
But it's good to hear. I'm glad. It's a little on the warmer side for me right now. It's a little too warm for my taste.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice in the day having the heat, but as it's getting on later now, I'm hoping that's going to start cooling down, because otherwise you just can't sleep in the heat, really.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Like right now, let me see, it's 26 Celsius. So,
ooh,
yeah, it's a little toasty.
Hold on, quick look. It's 24 here, so you're beating me by 2 degrees.
Fair enough. I mean, we can trade if you want. Not countries, just temperatures. Like, I don't want to move. It's too much work.
Extra 2 degrees.
But, fair enough. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself and how you got into LEGO and into the community and started doing videos.
Well, I'm CutTheKragle. So I got into LEGO a little over 2 years ago. But I've been into LEGO a lot longer than that. I've been into LEGO since I was 5, 6, probably maybe a bit younger than that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of sets. I just had sort of random LEGO plus that was sort of given to me and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of went off LEGO then when I sort of hit my... and got interested in other stuff, like, music and girls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sort of got back into it then. Well, let's see. I think the first set that kind of drew me out of my LEGO Dark Age was the DeLorean, the LEGO Ideas one.
Yeah.
Before that, in all fairness, I was still buying the occasional minifigure and stuff that I'd see. I thought was pretty cool. A lot of the blind packs and just a convention and stuff like that, I get them. But that was the first time I sort of getting an actual full complete set for the first time in years. I think before that, you're talking sort of around the Phantom Menace type LEGO sets was the last ones I bought.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's quite an extensive Dark Age, just from like 2000-ish all the way till 2013-ish, I want to say. The DeLorean
Yeah, I
set.
think it's 2012 or 2013. I think it was the DeLorean set. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Fair enough. I've heard some mixed things about the DeLorean. Did you enjoy the set?
Yeah, I mean, because it was my first set in, in what we call donkey's years here in the UK. I don't know if that's a term that's used over there.
It's the first time
Um,
I've heard it.
yeah, so like eons. I was really impressed with it because I probably didn't know any better. Nowadays, I sort of look at it and go, I still really like it because I'm a massive Back to the Future fan, but a lot of flaws with the set, really. It could have been done a lot better. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos, but I've done a few upgrades on my one since as well
hmm
from
what
the Lego community and stuff. So
did the upgrades you made? Were they ones that you based off of some other upgrades you've seen, or were they upgrades that you are yourself putting forward?
no, so that well, a bit of both, I guess. Really, I did something with I sort of like smoothed out the bonnet. That was something I found on YouTube from another Lego YouTuber.
hmm
So I forget his name now, but I did credit in my video. I did say I got it from him. And then he did something with the back, and then when I was looking to order the pieces, then I found a piece that I thought would work a little bit better. So I guess it's kind of a hybrid of what
hmm
on slant on it, if you will. So I was like, inspired by what this other YouTuber did. And there was another person who just posted something, I think, on Flickr. They said, "Oh, this is my upgrade," and I thought, "Oh, okay, I'll take a little bit of that. Like that's good."
hmm
But then also like you've probably seen my custom minifigures. They're all designed by me.
hmm
Um, but yeah, upgraded to DeLorean was something I didn't think I was going to do eventually. And then when I started doing the figures, I was like, happy with this anymore now. now I've uh, now I've got a little bit more experience with modern Lego sets. It doesn't really cut the mustard anymore, you know?
Yeah, yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I've often seen Lego set that I look at and I'm like, hey, that'd be pretty cool. I pick it up and I'm like, it is pretty cool. But G Reinhardt, not to call anyone out specifically, but G Reinhardt really could use a couple of knee joints, buddy.
Yeah, knees don't tend to exist in the Lego world.
Yeah, evidently. I've been spoiled by construction.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was the thing that actually stopped me getting the red fire mech from the movie.
hmm
Because I saw that and I thought that looked gorgeous, and then I saw the model, not just a box art, but saw the model on display. I was like, oh, okay, so it looks like it has knee joints, but it doesn't really. That's a bit.
Yeah, I understand why. Of course, I've spoken with one of the folks who is working on many of the sets. He's done a few mechs, and he explained the thought process. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get that. I get it. I'm not happy about it, but I understand.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a sentiment that occurs a lot with Lego. You're like, I get why they did that, but I'm not happy about it.
hmm
Like that's kind of a recurring thing, I think.
Yeah, no, exactly. So let's go ahead and discuss a few specifics. First of all, the big one, which obviously
Okay.
is on screen right now. Now, full disclosure, I have heard so many times so many good things about Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I have
Okay.
never consumed any of that franchise's media ever. None of it.
Ever.
Nope.
Oh wow. Okay.
None of the comics. I've never seen the movie. Period. But I've heard
Wow.
really good things about it. And I've also, obviously enough, seen your Lego Ideas submission for it, and it looks really impressive. The image that you advertise it with looks incredibly well made. It seems like it's a faithful
Yeah.
adaptation. However, there's been a little bit of an issue. Go ahead and elaborate on what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I probably should have done a bit more research into the whole process, to be honest with you, but I thought I had uh, a reasonably good grasp on what the sort of Lego ideas, steps were. You sort of people then voted on it or commented on it and supported it, and it reached certain milestones, you get more time. And ultimately, what you're aiming for is the 10,000 supporters, at which point then it goes off and LEGO look at it and review it, and they go, yay, we want to make that into an actual set, or they go, nay, it's not for us.
Mm-hmm.
I come up with the idea when I was putting together the Scott Pilgrim set. I'll be honest, I never even dared consider that it would become an actual set. To me, was to try and get 10,000 supporters. I was looking forward to sort of the challenge of putting it out there, sort of promoting it how I could, getting feedback from people, trying to reach those milestones, grading it, because you do get the chance to sort of submit updates as you go along as well. And I'd already, after I finished it, was thinking, oh, there's a few things here I might want to do a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
Is that when you do submit to LEGO Ideas, before any of that can happen, they actually sort of vet the project first, and it's not even a case of they're checking for spelling mistakes or anything like that. I guess doing a sort of initial check of whether it goes against their guidelines or their LEGO principles.
Mm-hmm.
My case, for but so I want to say something for unknown reasons, but let's just say questionable reasons, they've decided that Scott Pilgrim wasn't even appropriate to go live on the website and let people vote on it. Yeah, so
see, that surprises me. Also, just as a forewarning, you are cutting out just a smidge, just a little bit. But I got the gist of it. So they would not allow you the opportunity to even have the set on the website to begin with. You couldn't even.
That's right.
It wouldn't even reach that stage.
They wouldn't even let people no one would see it if I hadn't posted the video, explaining what had happened, to be honest with you. It would never have seen the light of day.
Mm-hmm. And this is interestingly recent. It's only about a month ago that this all happened.
Yeah, I think about a month and a half ago, yeah.
So, what was the reason that they gave you for it?
Well, first off, they give me basically, what was obviously a, sort of pre-typed response. That this basically said, you have used a property or license that doesn't fit LEGO's values, and then listed all the different values that they have. And that list I've seen before, because you have things to go through and check before you submit. And I'd seen the list, and there's a few things on there which, maybe that might count. But when you compare it to sort of the has been allowed not just on LEGO Ideas to be voted on, but also have been approved and have been made or are being made into actual sets. Mm-hmm. Scott Pilgrim sort of was a lot milder and didn't sort of even come close to some of those. So I was quite surprised when they come back with that. So the list was going from everything from death and drugs and sex and all sorts on there. Really sure why it wasn't being allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the response they gave was a bit weird, because it told me that I was using a license that was inappropriate, and then literally like a couple of paragraphs down, it was saying, "Don't forget, you can change your project and resubmit it, and we look forward to to seeing it again."
Mm-hmm.
if the whole topic, what the set is based around is inappropriate, how can you change that and resubmit it?
Just change it by submitting anything else.
Yeah.
So,
well,
no, please continue.
That then is that I had a lot of feedback saying, "Oh, resubmit it." I even talked to I've got a few friends who work at different stages within LEGO, nothing really high up, but different sort of positions within the company.
Mm-hmm.
And honest with you, all of them were surprised. They were all really, really confused that be made by it because they, again, like me, they were comparing it to other stuff, and some stuff which they knew was coming but they couldn't tell me about. They were like, "Well, I know something that's coming out, which I would say is a lot more inappropriate than Scott Pilgrim." And one of them, said to me, "Look, just resubmit it. I bet you they've probably had a lot of stuff on because I submitted, I think, near like a public holiday over here in Europe, and I've just been an overzealous employee who just sort of saw it and was like, oh yeah, inappropriate." Especially because it's based on an Edgar Wright movie, and most of his movies are 15. Well, 15 age certificate in the UK. I'm not sure if is that R rating in the US or something. Or
well, okay. So his movies vary significantly.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know what is this. Let me see. I can't find a rating for the movie.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I mean, in the UK, most of them are about, basically 15 and over is the age certificate rating we have. So we have like, sort of U for children, PG for parental guidance, and then we have 12, and then 15 and 18. That's how it goes over here. And most of his films are 15. Scott Pilgrim's are 12. So, a lot of people go, just resubmit it, resubmit it, don't change anything, resubmit it. So, I did. I got an answer back within early, and this time it was the exact same pre-type response, but they removed some of the list. They had that core values or things that were inappropriate. They had removed, and the 3 they left on there was sex, nudity or drugs, alcohol and smoking. I think it was swearing or profanity. Obviously, you're probably at a bit of a loss here because you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim, but
yeah,
it's all done in a very hyper-stylized way. It's sort of world where you're almost in a sort of 8-bit video game. So when people get like hit with swords, they explode into coins. Super Mario or something. There's a woman who constantly swears throughout it, but whenever she does, this little black box appears in front of her mouth and there's a beeping noise heard, so you don't actually hear her swear, it's just implied. There's only really, I think, one scene that could be counted as nudity where the sort of lead female is in basically her underwear, but that lasts sort of like 2 seconds, and sort of blink and you miss it shot, really. The next shot, they're sort of under the covers, but even then, they don't really do anything. They're just talking, So it was a bit weird. It didn't really ring true to me, especially when you consider stuff like, for example, which has a whole episode called Sex Dungeon, or like Lego Simpsons, and then it had that second answer come from them. There was think, with someone who reached 10,000 supporters on the Blues Brothers project. In the UK, is that 18?
I have seen Blues Brothers. It's one of my favorite movies. That is hilarious if it was able to get 10,000, because that's not a Lego friendly property. Nothing about Blues Brothers is a Lego friendly property.
Well, that was my reaction too, because I absolutely adore Blues Brothers, and I'll be honest, if they did a Blues Brothers set, I'd buy it. I would buy it. But it's like, how is that allowed, but Scott Pilgrim isn't? I mean, one of the other things they have on that list is you're not allowed to have anything with any sort of religious references or connections. I think that's why they haven't done any cathedrals or anything like that. And yet, Blues Brothers, the tagline is, they're on a mission from God. So
yeah, right? That's just it's a line in the movie. Okay. Yeah, no, I can definitely see. I don't know the movie very well at all. Sushi Yoda in the live YouTube chat says it's rated PG-13. That's perfectly acceptable in the States, just parental guidance.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, See, Lego would have a stronger foothold right now. They'd have a stronger standing to decline this project from going forward if they hadn't done the following 3 projects. Overwatch, which admittedly is cartoon violence, however, at least one of the characters they turn into a minifigure smokes a cigar.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what is it? Stranger Things, where there is a reasonable amount of profanity and violence, because it's a horror show. And finally, this is the most egregious. James Bond, 007.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's just the car, but it's using all of the branding. It's using the name of
I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I'm British, but I don't know. James Bond, I don't think is that big a deal, really.
I don't think, like, I don't find it to be that offensive to me, because I don't get offended by those things. However, it's not a Lego theme. In no way, shape, or form are any of James Bond's incarnations Lego-centric themes.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to think of, like, The Simpsons. I mean, I love The Simpsons as well, and
yeah, you're right. The Simpsons, duh.
Whole episode about Bart working in a brothel. You know,
Okay. The Simpsons is one that boggled my mind, and of course, how can we go without saying, Friends, Lego Friends is going to be a set. It's going to be a set, and this will never not perplex me. Big Bang Theory. What?
Big Bang Theory is a big one for me. I honestly can't understand how that got through. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I do not get it either. The only reason I can fathom is because it is the most, or it's been said to be the most popular sitcom ever.
Yeah. I've read that, yeah.
I cannot fathom how. But, fair enough. So, it seems like there's definitely a bit of a weird double standard. However, again, this is coming from a place of unfamiliarity with the source material.
Yeah, it feels like there's a case of sort of rule for one rule for another, and it's that sort of discrepancy and that lack of consistency and continuity that, really sort of, it's maybe a month or maybe 6 weeks ago or something like that, but I've had a bit of distance from it now, so I'm a lot calmer. But at the time, it was a teeth, if you will,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I completely understand.
In all fairness, since posting it, the response I've had, from people on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter has been absolutely phenomenal. I've really been taken aback by the amount of support I've had from people, and there's only a little niggling bit of doubt in my mind now that if it had gone on, that it would have reached 10,000. Obviously, would have allowed it to become a set, but. Mm-hmm. I try to take a little bit of solace in that. If you count up all the people who keep on saying that I would have bought that, you're already at 10,000,
Yeah. I mean, well, heck, the initial video you made is at 13,000 views, so it's hypothetically, if every person that watched it went and supported the project, yeah, you're golden.
Yeah.
But,
well, because I've had some stuff on there where people have said, like, submit it a third time, and I'm thinking, reached out to Lego Ideas. I've sent them a couple of tweets. I've sent them a couple of emails. I actually did submit it a third time where I changed the entire body of the text to basically the same email that I'd sent just to see if they would reply to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also had messages off some people who have tried submitting it on my behalf. Like, they've, I think, screen grabs from my video and they've submitted it and then said, please let this go on there. So as far as I'm aware, they've all been unsuccessful. But yeah, it's been nice to know that people have seen it and they've enjoyed it and they've liked it, and if they were able to, they would vote for it.
Yeah. No, that's a weird situation. Lego Ideas is strange Like, sometimes it can do a lot of really excellent things. Like, I think I haven't publicly spoken on the last reveal they had, but spoiler alert. I mean, it's not a big spoiler, but the last reveal they had was for the last group of reviews, and the next idea set we're going to be getting are the dinosaurs, the dinosaur skeletons. And I'm so stoked for that. I think that's awesome. I like dinosaurs. I like dinosaur skeletons. I'm super thrilled that became a set, as opposed to something like the piano, which I have zero interest in.
Yeah. I mean, I love dinosaurs. I mean, who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Right?
I think. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite icebreakers, which I probably should have asked you when we first started talking, is dinosaur.
Oh, my favorite dinosaur?
Yeah.
Spinosaurus, easily.
Yeah. Oh no, that's controversial. That is after Jurassic Park 3. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Triceratops.
Triceratops? I mean, that's a reasonable dinosaur, but how is Spinosaurus? It's the largest land-moving carnivore, period.
Yeah, but no, I think everyone was upset the way it took out the T-Rex really easily in Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, that was my favorite thing. Like, I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, it's my new favorite Jurassic Park movie. Get him, Spinosaurus. Oh, yeah!
Did you see the bit in Jurassic World where Claire's sort of leading the T-Rex on, and it smashes through the skeleton of a Spinosaurus?
Yeah, I saw
Back there, I think.
Yet another reason why Jurassic World can bite me. I haven't seen Jurassic World 2. I haven't heard good things about it, but I've not seen it. Have you?
I've seen it. I don't know. I don't know why. It almost, in many ways, feels like they just took there's the skeleton of the Lost World.
Oh no.
Of redressed it up in sort of new clothes, really.
Oh no.
And I don't know if this is probably a controversial opinion in itself, but I think the Lost World is the worst out of the original 3.
Trust me, I would be surprised if it's controversial, because I hated Lost World.
Yeah,
I think it's
because everyone I tell that, they're like, "Oh, but it was better than 3." I'm like, no, because at least 3 was fun.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't Spielberg, but it was a fun film. Whereas the second one, I didn't enjoy myself watching it. I was, it felt like a chore to watch. The only good thing I take from number 2 is Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally right. I 100% agree with you. I think that the Lost World is not only a unfun movie to watch. I feel like it's miserably boring. The characters are pretty stupid. I think that the premise is a little wonky. At least, definitely a third act. And you're right. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's not fun to watch. Like, no matter how much you dislike Jurassic Park 3, it's fun. Like the Spinosaurus just going ham and cheese on the T-Rex, and then you have the raptors doing the raptor things, and then the giant, was it pterodactyls?
Pterodactyls, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, pterodactyls coming down, doing their thing, and it's just, it's exciting, it's fun, it's interesting to a degree.
One of my favorite shots in the whole franchise, because it's so ridiculous yet chilling at the same time, and it's the scene where, I forget his name, but it's Alan Grant's younger sort of prodigy is basically running down the river, getting taken out by a couple of pterodactyls, and he's screaming, saying, "Go, go, save yourselves," and basically he disappears under the water in his blood. And like in the foreground, out of focus, is another pterodactyl who's perfectly still, and the focus sort of switches to him, and he just slowly turns around.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, I don't know why he would just be sitting there, just chilling, watching the other two, get some food. But I just love it, and the fact that he just turns around and looks at the others.
It's like, my turn. Yeah, no, I remember that shot. It's a good shot. I think there are a lot of good things about Jurassic Park 3. I mean, I obviously like Jurassic Park 1. That's a fine movie, but Jurassic Park 3 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Spinosaurus.
For me, I think the original trilogy goes 1, 3, and then there's like a long pause, and then 2.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fair. Yeah, kind of like the other thing that's perfectly fair, which is Spinosaurus would totally take down Triceratops in a fight. I'm sorry, what?
Free, we need to see it.
Yeah,
Spinosaurus versus Triceratops. Make it happen.
I would. Okay, I'd go to the theater for that. I hate going to the movie theater, but I'd go for that.
I mean, did they ever do a Spinosaurus Lego set for Jurassic Park 3?
No, they had. Well, okay, yes, they did. They did.
They did?
So, well, they kind of sort of did. There were the studio sets. They're like the
Oh, yeah, of
collaborative.
course.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they did, but it was a long time ago. It's really old. It's archaic looking. They need. I had a bit of a rant about this on one of the other podcasts I help host, and
Yeah.
I said they have this Lego set. First of all, they introduced a new head for the Baryonyx. Second, they have
Okay.
this set and it's T-Rex versus T-Rex mech. What they needed to do, take the T-Rex mech, just destroy it, put those parts toward the volcano, and give him a new dinosaur, the new Lego Spinosaurus versus T-Rex at the volcano. Boom. Perfect set.
Yeah, yeah.
One can dream.
I mean, I'm just happy that we're actually got a new Triceratops, because I think the last one was what? The dino theme?
Let me check. Triceratops.
Generally don't like doing herbivores unless it's the Duplo range, I find.
Yeah, you're right on the money. It is 2012 with the dino theme.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just happy that I can finally get my hands on my favorite dinosaur.
Yeah.
I guess. Sucks to be you, sorry.
Yeah, no, it does, but I'll live. Give it time. but yeah. So a few other things that regarding your channel, since we'll veer back to this for just a moment. You do a plethora of other fun and interesting things. Let's talk about your recent trip over to the Lego house. How was that? What was that like?
Oh, that was fantastic. That was superb. Honestly, it's every Lego fan's dream come true in that place. It really is. And I'm not getting paid to say that. I wish I was, but
Yeah, did you go over there of your own volition, or?
yeah. I mean, luckily enough, my girlfriend is quite into Lego as well. Not quite as much as me, but enough there as well. So it was just a nice. I think it was 4 days we were over in Billundor together. So it was like a nice sort of weekend break there and experience it all really. And whilst I was there, I thought, well, I'm going over there to the home of the brick, the home of Lego, and I've got a Lego channel, and might as well sort of film some stuff and.
Nope. Did we lose you?
Oh,
Yep. There you go. You're back now. Let me
okay.
let me do something real quick. I'm gonna play around with something and okay. Say something.
Hello.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, no, I mean that makes perfect sense. Like at some point, I hope to eventually make my way over there. However, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do from the middle of nowhere, Idaho.
Yeah.
But no, it looks like a good time. What was your favorite attraction from it?
Ooh. God, there was so many. I mean, one thing I thought was really cool was they had this little section where you can make your own Lego stop motion movie.
Mm-hmm.
They have like these booths basically, and they've got like a pre-built street there, and they give you a bunch of figures and pieces, and you have like these free cameras that are fixed in place. And you press them and they pick, they take a still, and then at the end they put all the stills together, and you can choose music, you can choose an open title, and it makes like a short sort of, I think like 20 to 30 seconds little movie. And I was always into stop motion when I was a kid, so that was quite cool that they had that there, and they made it so easy and accessible that anyone could come up and just have a go and sort of make something there. so much stuff there. There's so many things, and what's great about it is that there's so much to actually get involved in. I mean, no, actually, another thing I really loved was green room. I'm probably getting the colors mixed up now, but that's basically sort of where they have the minifig scale displays, if you will. So they've got one that's this huge mountain. At the top, it's got like people sort of putting the flag in the summit, and then you go down, and it's got a ski cut slope, even rather. And then further down, then it's got a castle, and it's got like a woodland, and then a logging cabin. And whilst you're in there, there's all these little stories because obviously you've got Hans Christian Andersen, who's from Denmark. So they've got little tributes to the stories, the fairy tales that he wrote in there, and also just some really bizarre things. Like they've got this farm, rather than cattle, it's dinosaurs, and they've got this vineyard, a vineyard that basically of sort of any fruit. There's pizzas, and you've got people picking the pizzas, putting them in a wheelbarrow, and then feeding them to the dinosaurs. Then in these troughs and stuff.
Huh.
It's really also actually one thing going back to the ski slope bit on the one mountain. There's a ski slope that sort of goes off into nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
About to go down there sort of at speed, and on the other side of the room there's another display which is basically like a beach that goes into like this tropical island with a volcano on there. And I noticed in the beach, in the sand, is a pair of legs with skis attached to them, as if someone's come off the ski, got across the room, and landed in the sand on the other side of the room.
That's so clever. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I looked round it about 3 or 4 times, if not more than that, and each time I saw something different. And I told one of the staff there who was talking to me, and he said, "You think that's something? I've worked here for 2 years, and every day I come in, I see something I didn't notice before,
That's outstanding. It sounds like such a good time. Now, I do have to ask, given that this is my history.
Okay.
How well was Bionicle treated?
It's in the history collection, which is in the basement.
Uh-huh.
They've got Bionicle there, and they do talk about Bionicle. They've got what they call the history collection, which you go in, and it's like the vaults of like a museum, but it's all done. And they've got this section which has cabinets for like every sort of significant year. They skip a few. Is when nothing significant came out, but in that they've got Bionicle, and also around the outside of that they've got the timeline of Lego, talking about the history, how where it came from the wooden toys, and how it almost went bust. They're quite open about that, about how the company almost boom. And they have got a section about Bionicle and about how basically Bionicle saved Lego as well. When they were on the sort of Death Store. So. Yeah, it's not got a huge presence, but I think it's respected there.
All right. Fair enough. I can handle that. I can deal with that. That works for me. And yeah, I mean, it's not too terribly surprising that they're very open about how the company almost went belly up because it came back from it.
Yeah.
So it's a much better story to say we were this close, but now look at us.
Yeah. If they didn't come back, it wouldn't be much of a story, would it? Though?
Yeah. No. But all right, cool. Yeah. Fair enough.
But something actually very special did happen at Lego House, and I haven't actually said this on my own channel yet. But whilst we were there, I actually proposed to my girlfriend, and she said yes. So I actually got engaged at Lego House.
That's fantastic! Congratulations!
Thank you. Thanks.
Now, as a YouTuber, I have to ask, did you record it, and are you going to put it on your channel for the most views you can get from it?
No, I'm not going to put it on the channel. But yeah, I did it in Lego House, on the top level in the Masterpiece Gallery in front of the Lego System Giant Dinosaur. I did it on May the 4th on Star Wars Day as well for extra points, so...
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. What a it's a recognizable day. It's a good day to keep in your head, and it's a good place to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was great because when I first sort of decided, right, okay, I said to my girlfriend or my fiance now, I said, "Oh, go stand by the dinosaur," because she loves dinosaurs. She's an archaeologist actually, so
Oh.
well, I guess his paleontology is dinosaurs, but she loves dinosaurs anyway.
Hmm.
And I said, "Oh, go stand by there, and I'll take your picture." And basically, that was the pretense of getting her by the dinosaur, and then I kneeing, present her with the ring and ask her to marry me. And when I said to go by the dinosaur, when I went to get the ring box out of my pocket, the room was pretty empty. We went there quite early. As soon as I was down on one knee, it was like the whole place was flooded with people all staring at me. They came from, I think they shipped people in from like other towns just to come and stare at me whilst I proposed.
Oh my gosh! They're like, all right, okay, get the boat
All I
from
could think in my
Norway.
head was, can you imagine now if she says no?
Oh my gosh! Would you really be singing the praises of Lego House at that point? It's like, well, at the end of the day, if I had to give it a rating, I'd probably have to say maybe 5 out of 10 stars. I mean, it's a pretty great place, but I got told no, so not great enough. Would I have been told no at Disneyland? Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, congratulations. Do you guys have a specific date for the wedding?
Oh, not yet. No, we're still sort of throwing ideas around. But yeah, whenever it's going to be, we're looking forward to it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. Just make sure, keeping in tune with Lego, just have the little 2 minifigures at the top of the cake. It's tradition now.
Yeah.
But that's wonderful. Oh my goodness. Well, we are coming to an end shortly. We're going to have about maybe 20, 30-ish more minutes left. I'm going to go ahead. Would you be interested in answering some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. All right. Now I will open up everyone I'll open up the live YouTube chat. I'm not going to like start breaking people open. Like, all right, let's see your organs. I'm going to open up live YouTube chat. Ask away any questions. Very briefly, though, I would like to point something out. So, you have a video here. I'll go ahead and link it. And it is Lego Brickheads is Dead theme canceled from 7 months ago. And I just have to say, I don't think this aged as well as you'd hoped.
Yeah, and that was insider knowledge as well. I was told, you can tell people about it, just don't tell them it was me who said it. And then
Well,
I thought I had this great inside scoop, and then
well,
yeah. Oh dear.
no.
In all fairness, there is some truth to it. I don't think we're getting any more licensed brickheads. I think the closest we've got was the Lego Movie ones.
I would hesitate on that
I
one.
don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Too late. No, okay, let me quickly double check that. I think Brickset had a reasonable article on it, and I want to make sure. Let me see here. I have so many articles. Need a better way to search for these articles, but I don't have one. Son of a biscuit. Come on. Yes, I know they reviewed the set. You know what? I'll worry about it in just a little bit. Regardless. Few questions. We'll go ahead and get to them. Takuanuva asks, have you ever had a mangosteen?
You're gonna have to help me here. What's a mangosteen?
No, that's perfectly fair. Mangosteen is a fruit. It's a fruit from Southeast Asia.
Okay. I mean, I've had mango. Is that the same thing, or?
Nope, they are not related at all.
Oh, okay.
They have no relation.
In that case, I have to say no. I have not had a mangosteen. I've just seen that now, and for some reason, first of all, I read it as mangosteen, so I was thinking you made like a stein full of mango juice or something.
All right, fair enough. No, we don't have many people here that are like, yeah, no, I've had it. Also, on the Brickheads front, yeah, I can't find anything that's specifying one way or the other whether or not licensed will be back or not, but it exists.
Okay, well, I'm just going to claim that I'm right then until I'm proven otherwise.
I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope. You're on thin ice.
In for a pound.
So I'm now going to lash back at this next one. So Brother W asks, I'd like to see you try and stop me for starters. Asks, how was your day?
How was my day?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. Uploaded a new video where I've basically shared my ideas for 5 more Stranger Things Lego sets. And basically just spent the day on that. Originally, I was just going to post it with images, but I decided to try my hand at doing a few Photoshop mock-ups just to give people an idea of what was in my head when I was thinking, when I was describing, these concepts for sets. So I had a lot of fun doing that today.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, it's been a nice day. Unfortunately, whilst it's been lovely and sunny and warm, it is staying that way, which I didn't want it to. I wanted to cool down this evening, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Dang. I mean, I relate. Same things happen over here, so yeah, we're kind of toasted now. All right, this is an important question. Cubic asks, pineapple on pizza?
Ooh, no.
No?
Pizza.
What? Did you just say no to pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, man, you don't put pineapple on pizza.
Well, it was nice having you here. You can go ahead, exit through the door, stage left. We will see you again never. No?
Have you not seen Pixar's Inside Out?
Yes, I have seen that.
One of my absolute favorite quotes from that film is when they present him with, or present the character with pizza with broccoli on it, and he says, "Well done, San Francisco. You've ruined pizza. First the Hawaiians, and now you."
Okay, so first of all, the Hawaiians didn't ruin it. It was Canada. Canada did this. It was a Canadian invention. Second of all, how dare you, Anger, and how dare you, Kragle? Pineapple on pizza is delicious. It's wonderful. It's such a good topping. You got the nice, you got the meat, you got the spices from the meat, and then the cheese, and then all the spices from the tomato sauce, and then you have the sweetness that offsets it all from the pineapple, and it's juicy, and it's so good.
That's the problem. It's the juicy. It's such a watery fruit that it just water. You might as well just get like a pizza, put it down in front of you, and basically get a hose pipe and just drench that thing, because that's the same thing you're doing with pineapple. Really, if you want watery pizza, you go ahead. Pineapple's the way forward.
Have you never had fresh cut slices of tomato on a pizza?
I'm sure I have. Normally, though, it's like the tomato sauce underneath the cheese. But
okay, you know what?
So, tomatoes are as watery as pineapple. I mean, I'm not even sure pineapple is a thing. I think that basically it's like water and little yellow paper cubes.
What is your favorite kind of pizza, then?
Something with pepperoni on, I think. Yeah, something with pepperoni, maybe some spicy beef and...
Reasonable. Okay.
Meatballs, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I like do a bit of a tang, a sort of a little bit spicy tang into your mouth,
Do you know where else you can get a tang? Eating a pizza in pineapple! You can't hide! You can't hide from the just brilliance of pineapple.
I think this is over now. I was starting to feel, the stirrings of a bromance, but I think it's all over now.
It's over. I can't even look at you anymore. I mean, I couldn't to begin with, because
you can't.
All right, next question. Takuanuva asks, do you play Minecraft?
I don't play Minecraft, I'm afraid.
What the heck? You come onto my show, you say no to pineapple on pizza, and you don't play Minecraft?
Yeah, I just think it's one of those games that you have to devote a lot of time to really get anything from it, and that's great. But I don't have a lot of time. I mean, I tried my hand at Lego Worlds, which I think really is Lego's rip-off of Minecraft, but and I love that, but hours just to get anywhere, and I don't have hours, I'm afraid.
Okay, no. That's
I'm like Jack Bauer. I'm on the clock all the time.
It has been a long time since I heard that name. All right, I will forgive you just for that. I like that. All
Okay.
right. Next question is from Sakota. Hi, CutTheKragle. What's your favorite Lego set, and which new set are you really looking forward to?
Ooh, hi Sakota. My favorite Lego set. Oh, now, see, that should be a question I should have had prepped. Look in my room. I'm looking now. I think it would probably be, at the moment, although I reserve the right to change my mind.
Fair.
Would be the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a solid choice.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a massive Ghostbusters fan since before I could walk, and yeah, it's something that's stuck with me. And I've never had a Ghostbusters Dark Age, which is weird. Even when I was like trying to be cool and like hip and down with the kids and stuff, when I was a kid. So I think that one was a really special set. The only thing that from that was the fact that it had so many stickers, and I can't stand stickers.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Which new set am I really looking forward to? Let's see. There's a couple of the new Jurassic World ones I quite like, actually. I know they're based on the prequel web series. And just to upset LJ even more, I'm going to say the T-Rex versus Dino-Mech one.
We were having fun. And then you took that fun and you ruined it. Similar to Jurassic World. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very briefly, I will
Well,
go ahead
fairness, the one thing I'm really curious about is that I haven't seen, I don't know if is it out yet. I haven't seen the cartoon that it's based on, but the Dino Mech looks to me like it's been cannibalized from the Lego Jurassic Park Jeeps they had, and I've always wanted the Jurassic Park Jeep set, so I think that's what's drawing me in. It's like the sort of hint at knees on a red fire mech. It's drawing me in.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not seen the cartoon either, or the animation, or what have you. I don't even know if it's out yet. Heck, I don't even know if the sets are out yet, are they?
I think they're coming out August 1st in the US. They're out here in the UK. I managed to pick up the Dilophosaurus one the other day. I haven't built it yet, but I wanted to get that because it's got the new Dilophosaurus mold. Because they were always really big. They were like the size of raptors before, but this one's a bit smaller, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it looked really good. I'm very impressed with the new mold for that. So, no, that's fair.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, I mean, it looks like a fine set. I just think it could have been a great set. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that volcano build with the ugly rock pieces. I look at that and I think, why is that even there? Just have the T-Rex, have the Dino Mech. I'll get the little rubber dinghy thing, and then like take that rock piece, put that away somewhere outside the box, and then take 10% or 15% off the box price, and I'll be happy,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's the volcano is definitely the weakest part of the set overall. It just looks like a bunch of burps put together, and it just nah.
Yeah.
But Sakota does ask another question to escalate the conversation. Do you like do you like The Last Jedi?
Next question, please.
Why would you say that? That's an
Comment.
interesting. It's an interesting answer to Sakota's question. But you know what? We'll go to the next question per your request. Biomatty 200 space 4 asks your favorite Lego stop motion.
Ooh, favorite Lego stop motion. I'm aware of that many of them. I mean, there's a few on YouTube, but I think there's one. I think he's a fellow Brit. Is that 70s kid and his toys? He's done quite a few, I think, Lego stop motion videos. I remember seeing a Minecraft one. It was Star Wars versus Minecraft. That was quite cool.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've never heard of it.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I need to get more into myself, but watching Lego stop motion, I think that it's something that seems to lend itself quite naturally to that style of animation. Really,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I love about the sort of big screen Lego movies is even though they're CG, they've got that stop motion quality to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's very stylistic, and I think it's something that it's unique to that franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I handedly agree. Um, for the record, my favorite is easily Liwa versus Liwa versus Liwa versus Liwa versus Liwa versus Liwa. Versus Liwa. For no reason in specific. Let me see. Alright. Biomatty also asks, do you like CutTheKragle? Do you like Lego Bionicle? And if so, do you know any of the story about it?
Lego Bionicle came out, I think, more during my dark age, so I kind of missed out on that one.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point.
what I like, I've seen. I mean, I think the storyline is pretty cool. I mean, I might get this completely wrong. I think most of my knowledge of the story comes off the Netflix show, The Toys That Made Us. I don't know if that's on Netflix US, but they've got an episode on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and I wouldn't use that as a good reference.
Oh, is that the one? Yeah, because I think they say like it's a decaying robots
It's
Bionicles also.
I don't like the Toys That Made Us episode for that reason. It doesn't do a very good job. There's a really good Lego book called Brick by Brick by David C. Robertson. Robertson. And he does an entire chapter on Bionicle and kind of how influential and significant it was to the company. And that's a good dissection. The Toys That Made Us kind of, I don't know, it's like a dog ear in the book. To put it that way. It's like
I don't know. It gave me a good impression of it. I was intrigued to find out more, but I just haven't got round to finding the time. But I mean, Lego fan, even if Bionicle is not your thing, 'cause I know a lot of people only like Lego System, and Bionicle obviously wasn't Lego System, but I think you have to respect the impact it had on Lego and how like we said before earlier on, it saved Lego at a time when it was facing almost certain doom.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get anyone who sort of bashes Bionicle personally. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's too important to sort of try and say that it never happened or say that it was
It's not real Lego.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I get it. And yeah, I don't think Toys That Made Us disrespected it by no means. And even if they did, it's totally up to them. I just think the book did a better job kind of representing it, as it were.
Oh.
But yeah, no, fair enough. I'll have to...
Okay.
So one of these days I'll have to show you a little bit about it. It's a very fascinating franchise.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right, Philip asks, do you think the Jurassic Park / World franchise should adopt feathered dinosaurs?
That's a good question, and actually, my opinion is no. But there's a reason for it, because obviously, the current scientific theory is that dinosaurs probably were scaled, really. That's what they're going off at the moment, partially feathered. Don't think Jurassic Park World should adopt them, is because it would be going back on what the original films were.
Oh, hang on. I'm having a little technical difficulties, and we should be... Hang on. 1 moment. Here, Kragle, you still there?
I'm still here.
All right, brilliant. just trying to make sure that it's operational. I'm gonna have to go back and check this. Is it not? Nope.
We're showing offline at the moment.
Okay, let me try something. Okay, and there we go. All right, so we should be good now. Should be all good. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know where we cut off, but answering the question about should dinosaurs have feathers in the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World franchise? Too much of a backstep now. And to be honest with you, I think they kind of explained it better, or well enough, in Jurassic World. Mm-hmm. There's the scene with where the sort of the new owner of InGen confronts Dr. Wu about the fact that he's been splicing different dinosaurs and different animals into the Indominus, and he says to him, we've always altered the DNA of these dinosaurs with other animals, which obviously if you've watched Jurassic Park 1, they used the DNA of a frog to fill in the gaps in the genome. And then he says the dinosaurs would look very different. And for me, that's like the get out clause. That's the way that, rather than having to sort of backtrack and put feathers on them and go, oh yeah, forget about the fact that there were no feathers in the first 3-4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. They're acknowledging the fact that dinosaurs look different, and having the amphibian DNA is their get out clause, and that's good enough for me in movie logic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can see that. So fair enough. You don't think they should go feathered in the Lego sets?
Oh, no. I mean,
or
Lego doesn't
anywhere
that well anyway.
My apologies. What was that?
Lego doesn't tend to do feathers that well anyway, really, do they?
I've seen it done all right. I've seen it done poorly, but I think they do it very well for the bald eagle. So I'm a little biased. So
I don't know how it would work on the way they do dinosaurs, because they sort of do dinosaurs as molds, really, rather than sort of anything being brick built. I mean, the new one that came with the People Pack, was it last year? I think that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I personally think they shouldn't start introducing feathers. I think that would be a mistake, unless they did something like, oh, we've managed to get the pure DNA of a dinosaur this time and it's got feathers. But then in another 20 years' time, if they find out that they didn't have feathers, it's kind of like, oh, backtrack,
Yeah.
It'd be like me with saying Brickheads is dead,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get exactly where you're coming from. That's fair. Okay. Next question from Brother W, who asks, do you like making LJ angry? Because I like it. Because I like to do it on every stream, and I hope LJ tells you why. I will not tell you why. But, yeah.
Well, this is my first time making LJ angry, but, yeah, it's been quite enjoyable. I think it's definitely something I might try and revisit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Let me see. Let me just go ahead and modify my blacklist. Okay, so next question is from Mr. Hinkle Draws. And this is in reference to the Last Jedi question. So he asks, ooh, that answer intrigues me. Can I ask the same question for a second appeal?
You can ask it. Whether or not I would answer it, I don't know.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll pretend he's asking. Do you like?
Do you really want to know? Is it going to like trigger some more people in the comment section? Am I going to be hemorrhaging subscribers tomorrow if I say The Last Jedi?
I don't know, but we'll find out.
Find out. Okay, I did not like The Last Jedi.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
Whew. Oh, is that the right answer?
Yeah, I hate The Last Jedi. It's one of my least favorite movies of all time. I think.
Yeah. Are you? I mean, this is probably a silly question, but are you a Star Wars fan normally?
I would say very passively. Like, I'm not super into Star Wars. I've never followed anything outside the movies, and even then, like, I didn't go see any of the movies in theaters. And okay. I wouldn't still. It's like, I don't collect any of the memorabilia, I don't look into the outside lore, I don't really play any of the games. So it's like, I passively like it. It's like one of those things where it's very large in pop culture, so you kind of absorb it anyway. But I wouldn't say I'm super, super into it. I just really hated watching The Last Jedi. I feel like it's just a dumpster fire.
I mean, I don't even think it's not only a bad Star Wars movie. I think it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Just it looks pretty, but
But that's it. That's where the road ends.
yeah. I mean, I'm a fan, and I came out of the cinema, and it was the most weird experience ever, because I came out and it was almost like, I guess I was in shock or something, like if I'd just been hit by a car or something, because I was like, I was thinking to myself, that was amazing. Do I love it? And my girlfriend or my fiance said to me, "Well, that was great, wasn't it?" And then she sort of like looked at me, and I went, I don't know. She went, and then we sort of got in the car, and normally we're talking back and forth about what we just saw. And we sort of walked to the car and got in the car, and we were in silence. And then we were stuck in traffic for a little bit, and we started then like talking, and it started off like, I didn't like this bit. Then I didn't like this bit. And by the time we got home, we were full on raging and tearing that film apart. And it was like, oh man, that film was really rubbish. What did they do,
Yep. Yep. No, I cannot help but agree.
The next day I went into my local Lego store, and I spoke to one of the people there I'm friends with, and I guess he's kind of like you. He's a passive Star Wars. He's not a Star Wars fan. He's just someone who's watched Star Wars, and he thinks they're films. They take him or leave him. It felt like it was made to upset Star Wars fans. He said he felt like every choice made in that film was done by a troll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said, and he said that's someone who's not even a Star Wars fan. He was like, I'm watching this thinking, is this a Star Wars film, or is this a Star Wars parody? It's just. He said he couldn't believe it. From the opening bit, where spoilers, Luke tosses the lightsaber over his shoulder. He was like watching a meme show or something. What's going on?
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. I'm in full agreement.
Okay. The bromance is resumed.
Dodge that one. All right. Let me see. Do we have another question? I believe. Okay, so I have a question. Lady Heat asks, LJ, when are you gonna review the RG Tall Geese? I will be perfectly honest. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, good, because I was thinking I have no idea either.
I do not know what the RG Tall Geese RG is. I apologize. You'll have to clarify. I do not know.
RG Tall Geese, is that like the next one up from the RG Short Geese, or?
I wish I knew. Oh man. But yeah. All right. Well, I think that those are all the questions. I think that's. Oh, it's a Gundam. I have no vested interest in Gundam. I have. Okay, fair enough. It's a Japanese model kit.
I got you. Okay.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any sort of a vested interest in Gundam or stuff of that sort. So I probably won't, but I wouldn't say no. Put it that way. I would need to see it. Like I'll go ahead and look it up real briefly.
Quote him on that.
Yeah. Wait. What? No. Hold on. Don't make me quote you for the Brickheads thing again. No. Let me see how this looks. If it looks especially cool, maybe. The one website where I've okay, you know what? Images. Why didn't I just go there first? Okay, I see it. Yeah. Maybe one day, but not a priority right now. I got a few other things I need to attend to. All right, I think that's about it.
If it was a Spinosaurus Japanese model kit, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe if it
Yeah.
were a pizza with pineapple on it.
And maybe if it was a Japanese model kit of a Spinosaurus eating a ham and pineapple pizza, maybe he'd be interested.
Oh, that sounds like the coolest freaking thing ever! Only thing that could make it better is if the pineapple... Oh my gosh, I just had a major epiphany. Mangosteen on pizza. I need to do this. I need to make this. I've got to do it. I'm going to be at Brick Fair, Virginia in 2 months. In 2 months, I'm going to have access to pizza and mangosteen. Yes! All these technical...
Mangosteen and pineapple, or just mangosteen?
Just mangosteen to start off with. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Ease into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. All the technical difficulties were worth it for this very moment. This is my destiny. I have now fully realized why I live on this earth, to create the culinary masterpiece that is mangosteen pizza. Thank you. Thank you for sharing
Someone
this
really
with
not
me.
done that before?
Ooh, that's a good question. I gotta look this up.
When I went to Italy, I had sausage and chips on a pizza.
Sausage and chips.
So, French fries.
Yeah, no, I figured. That's new. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, neither had I, but I was in Italy and I figured, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, so.
I have been told that in Denmark there is a spaghetti pizza. There's like spaghetti on a pizza. And mark my words.
I saw that. I think I saw that on the menu when I was in Billund, actually.
I will eat that.
The Billund does have quite a... It's almost every other restaurant, or every restaurant does pizzas. I mean, I went to one that had in big, big letters saying steakhouse.
Uh-oh.
And I went into there. There was 2 pizzas on the menu that had steak pieces on it.
Ooh.
The only mention of steak in a steakhouse.
What the...
Yeah. So I was confused, but...
That's special. I'm surprised. Yeah. Well, okay, no, it is Denmark.
I just ordered my food. I ordered the pizza anyway. I ate my pizza. It was delicious pizza. I paid my bill. And as I was walking out, I was doubting myself that it said steakhouse. I thought, did I imagine that as I walked in? I looked up and no, the sign was still there, steakhouse.
That's amazing. Yeah, no, I spaghetti pizza's in my future, and now I looked it up. I don't see hide nor head of a mangosteen pizza.
You better get in there first, because otherwise someone's going to watch this video and going to beat you to it.
All right. So, everyone listening to this, I just want you to know. Dibs. I called dibs on making the first mangosteen pizza. Dibs.
Things are pending on mangosteen pizza.
This is the rule of dibs. You have to honor it. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I think we're going to go and wrap up. I actually feel like we only scratched the surface of what we could discuss. So, Kragle, I'm going to have you back at some point in the future if you would be interested.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be up for that. I'd be honoured.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
And, I definitely would welcome the opportunity to try and trigger you again.
We'll see about that. Maybe there's going to be some video will come out and the Spinosaurus will lose to a Triceratops in it. And at that point, it's like, all right, nope, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I might just do that now. I might just go and buy a Triceratops and then buy a Japanese model of a Spinosaurus and just make that happen.
You're killing me. That'd be amazing. But before you head out, is there anything that you would like to say to anyone listening, anyone who might be listening, anyone who you would hope to be listening, anything you would like to depart with?
I don't know. What do people normally say at this point?
Well, it varies person to person. Sometimes it's like keep building, or it doesn't matter how old you are, Lego is a fun hobby for all ages, or other words of encouragement.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't have. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
okay.
I don't really brush your teeth. I don't know.
There you go. I'll take it. Finally, last question: is there anywhere on social media you'd like people to follow you at?
Well, YouTube's my main thing, but I also am quite active on Instagram. So I often post just pictures I take of Lego. Sometimes I'll put sneak peeks of my custom build and mocks on there. So if you're on Instagram, it's simply just CutTheKragle at CutTheKragle on Instagram. Give me a follow, and if you like what you see, heart a few pictures, I guess.
All right. Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, cool. Works for me. Links to those will be in the description below. I, of course, highly recommend checking out his YouTube channel. It's a ton of fun. And Kragle, thanks so much for taking the time today to be on. I've had a blast.
It's been great. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. And that's going to do it. So thank you all so very much for listening. I apologize so dearly for the technical difficulties. Working on sorting it out. I've narrowed down what the issue might be. However, apologies nonetheless. Regardless, thank you all so very much for listening. Hopefully you had a good time. Leave all your thoughts and conversations in the comments below. I'll see you next time. This has been yet another episode of The Eljay Johnsen Show. The show airs every weekend, every Saturday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, unless specified otherwise, over on Twitter at The Eljay Johnsen, where you can find updates and guest announcements every single Tuesday. And if you have any questions over the week, make sure you head on over to my email, eljayjohnsen@gmail.com. Remember, that's JOHNSEN. That'll do it. Thanks so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.